What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now, Back to the Past. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to show you guys some retro games I got for my birthday. I've seen some videos online. I wanted to title it somewhat similar, but I don't know how much it is, right? So I've seen videos of, like, spent $250 at GameStop. Actually, Retro Rebound, right? Mr. Matty Plays. He does that, and he does a fantastic job at it. So if you wanted to put a money mark on it, you could say, well, my wife spent $150 of our money for me for my birthday. And that's what I got in terms of games. So I just want to kind of show you guys the games that I got, and we will probably do individual videos on many of these games. The reason that I picked these games as games I want, and I have a list of like 30 more games that I hopefully can get over the next year or two, these are games that I want to kind of cover in full videos on the channel. So that's part of this as well. All right, let's start with the first one. And I thought this one would be very important to get, Mortal Kombat versus DC. And thank God it comes with the I love manuals. I love having manuals. Some of them actually don't have the manual. We'll get to them when it happens. But I wanted this one in particular because obviously Mortal Kombat 1. So we have Mortal Kombat something over there. I do have Mortal Kombat 11, but we got one other Mortal Kombat game, and I thought, okay, well, leading into Mortal Kombat 1, I think to make videos on whatever Mortal Kombat games we have at the time, but I knew this game existed, and by the way, I mean, like, look at that. It's an incredible cover. So seeing this, I was like, I remember this existing. I don't think I've ever played this game. I don't think I've ever played it, so this is definitely one that I wanted to do. Now this one, I owned this. Okay, let me say this real fast. An issue with me, and I think I've admitted to this in the past, when you're a teenager, you do some stupid stuff because you need quick cash. I think everybody's done it in the gaming sphere where you're looking to buy a new game, maybe you don't have the money for it, or maybe it's not Christmas or whatever, and you say, well, I got like 8 old games. If I trade them all in, I can probably buy that one new one, and it's not worth it. Please don't do it. It's definitely not worth it. You're gonna regret it maybe down the line. I regretted it. This game is one, I know I owned it. And there's a couple games that we'll go through that are like that, but I traded in. For whatever reason, I don't have this game anymore. So I got Lord of the Rings Conquest. I loved this game. I'm not even a fan of Lord of the Rings. To talk about The Hobbit, don't care. Lord of the Rings itself, don't care. I know it's blasphemy, but this game, and actually a lot of Lord of the Rings games, Shadow of War, Shadow of Mordor, there's some fantastic games, but I loved this thing growing up. Played it with my friends. The one issue, no manual. It's okay. I can live without it because the game itself is so good, and I will be playing this at some point in my life. All right, this one's interesting. This is an interesting group we're going to go through. I want to play these, and I want to appreciate them. You've heard me talk so much about these because I didn't play them, but I watched my sister play them, the Lightning games. So we'll get there because I say games plural, and I mean it to an extent. So we got the first one. Pretty good condition, I would honestly say. Comes with a thick, this thing's a Bible. This thing is a Bible. Actually, it comes with like 18 discs as well, right? So it has a lot to it. Like I said, watched my sister play it, never touched it. I've never touched any of the Lightning games. But, I played Final Fantasy 16, beat it. 7 Remake, beat it. Gonna do Rebirth. 15, I touched it a little bit. So I need to go back, and this is going to be one of the ones I go back to. We got the second one. Now, the issue with this second one, and you actually can't see because, the green screen does such a good job. It's green. It's literally green, the Xbox case. It's chipped. The case is actually chipped quite a lot. So that's not great, but does, again, come with a manual. Now, it's not as thick. It's not as thick of a manual. I also think does it come with more than one disc? It comes with less discs. It only comes with one. So the first game has like 18 discs. Second game only has 1 disc. Okay, that's okay. All right, the thing that I wanted to show, I'm going to buy another one, okay? This was a mistake. I don't blame anybody. I actually blame the seller. So we got this. Now, you can actually, I think you can tell because although it's green, you can still make out this. This is a ripoff, okay? Now, the game is real. This comes from a California discount store, I don't think it's a mom and pop shop because it's like its own brand. I think there's more than one of these, but a couple things to notice. Number one, this front thing, this is printed out. This isn't the official thing. It's supposed to be green here and it's blue, okay? So that's the first issue. Second thing is when you open it, you should still be able to see it. So this ring that goes around, initially there was a sticker on it and it was a ad for the store that they got it from. So This is a real disc. It does work, but this case is not, it's not going to cut it, and I'm not going to accept it. So I did get it for my birthday, and I appreciate it, but I'm going to be getting, maybe I'll get like the PS3 version. I'm going to get the real Lightning Returns game. So I do have all three of them, but I'm going to get a third game because I'm not going to accept that. This game I wanted. I bought this. We went to a kind of collection store for this. I played this game back in the day. I think I played it on PS3. I'm going to buy it more than just once, because remember, with these kind of games, they came out on multiple systems and they were a little bit different on each one. Think to like the early Harry Potter games. Those were very different depending on the system. So I played this on PS3, never played the PS2 version. So that should be fun. And I'm going to get the PS3 version at some point. But it looks incredible. I think it comes with everything. I like this game actually quite a bit. I played it in one day back in the day. I think I rented it because I did get it I had it physically, but I rented it from Family Video, I think the place was called, and I think it's like a 5-hour game. It's good for what it is. It's a 5-hour game. Really, really fun. Cool cinematics at the time, and I'm happy I played it, and now I have one version of it. Next up, Assassin's Creed. I have a lot of Assassin's Creed games. I have the original, like Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, Revelations. I have individually, like I have the original versions for them in my collection over there, but I don't have the first game. So I think I don't think this was an example of me giving it away. I think I never owned it. I think I rented it and just played it. Although that could be wrong, to be honest with you. But I really wanted this because I think they're gonna do a remake of this very soon. Like, that's my personal prediction in the next couple of years. So I wanted to have like the official version of it. I want to play it. I want to play it again. Okay, next up is Dragon Age 2. Again, you can't see it because it's green over here. I think it's kind of even. There's as many PS3 games as there is 360 games. It's kind of just whatever happened to it. This one does come with the case. I have Dragon Age 1. Actually, I don't think I do. Christy does. She has Dragon Age, which, I mean, we both share it, so I have it, I suppose. We got Dragon Age 1 on PS3. So is that an issue because of like carryover stuff? I don't think it'll be an issue, but I have Dragon Age 1 already, have Dragon Age Inquisition on PS4, and I never had 2, but I did play 2, so now I have 2 physically, so that's fun. I had this game. I had to have because I remember the case so well. Killzone 2. Fun fact, because I don't know what happened. I don't own any of them. I have Shadowfall, and I have Shadowfall, I think, physically, but I don't have 1. That's not surprising because 1's a PS2 game. Killzone 2, which I know I had this because this was the first Killzone game I ever played, was Killzone 2. And I know I played Killzone 3, and I remember the case, but I don't have that either, and I didn't get it. So I'm eventually going to get Killzone 3. But I don't know what happened to I mean, I had to have sold them off. That's what had to have happened. But it has everything. Looks really good. Love it. It made me a Killzone fan. I always preferred Resistance over Killzone. Obviously, Sony wanted people to like Killzone, and that didn't exactly work out, but I really liked it. So okay, this one, oh man, and this one's thick actually, holding it in my hand. Well, I don't think I've opened it. This one I played the demo for. Okay, this is a Notorious game. Let me just show you. Layer right there. So this notoriously is awful, right? This is a terrible game, and I saw it in person at that used kind of collection store, and I said, I'm getting it. It's $10. I'm getting this game because I played the demo for it, and I remember loving the demo. I remember listening to Podcast Beyond at the time, right, on IGN, and Greg Miller and stuff, and everybody was very excited about this game because I think the demo was actually really good. And I remember liking the demo, and then the reviews came out, and this game got like 2s, 3s, and 4s like across the board. This game is horrible, so I needed it just because I want to see. Actually, yeah, it comes with a thick, oh my god, you can't like tell from it, but it is thick. It's massive. It actually also comes from an ad for the PSP, so that's fun as well. But I want to play it because I've never played the base game. I played the demo. Obviously, I see so much, or I've seen so much about it, but I never touched it. Okay, 2 more. This one, I just don't like how it looks like on the side, but I want it. This collections are important, okay? I have the Sly Cooper collection. That thing's worth like 60, 70 bucks now, so I want to try to get collections until, before they get too high. Metal Gear is pretty expensive. Silent Hill is not too expensive. I do want that Silent Hill collection on PS3 really soon before it gets outrageous. I just don't like it's got whatever the heck this thing is, and it's got a couple like things on the back over here, but I don't think I ever, now I've played Jak and Daxter, but I don't think I've ever played the collection of it. I never had this, but it looks really good. Let's see, opening it. I mean, it does have a case or a manual or whatever. Looks really good. This is what I wanted this. I like it. It's never been my favorite Sony franchise. It's never been my favorite Naughty Dog franchise, but it definitely exists, and I do appreciate it, and I've just never played the collection of it. So there we go. Okay, this last one is pretty cool. So this is one that I absolutely have or had. The issue is my parents are a little trigger happy. I'm going to throw them under the bus for a second. They have those games I was talking about earlier that I traded. I will take responsibility. I know I traded in some games in my past that I deeply regret. My parents have just thrown things out. They threw out my Rock Band stuff. They just did it like when they were like cleaning their house, and they're like, well, we don't really need this. I think they threw out a console, like the PS2 or PS1. We do have one, but I think we have Christie's. We don't have mine because I think my parents just trashed it. So they've made me a little upset with that in the past. One game that I also think they threw out is this. So I know I had Crash Bash. And I have a couple other Crash games on PlayStation over there. Thank God. Like, I have the original Team Racing, which is actually nuts. It's very old. It's very, like, you could see it in the thing. This one actually, like, quality-wise, I mean, you can see the reflection. It's actually nice and clean. So the funny story with this is my wife bought this for me for my birthday. And she bought it, and she didn't see that she just bought the case and manual. She didn't buy the disc. So she let me open it on my birthday. And then my brother-in-law, he gave me the same thing. So it's kind of like a ploy. It was like a game. Christy knew that hers didn't come because she didn't read the fine print, so she was pretty mad at that. But then she told her brother, hey, get him this. So this game does come, or this version, I have it in my drawer over there that doesn't have a disc. So now I have 2 Crash Bashes, but this one does have the disc. So it's got, actually does have a crack. There's a crack here, but that's okay. The one I had, I do think had a ginormous crack through it, so this is definitely better quality. You guys know my story with this, don't you? Maybe, probably not. This is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Crash game of all time. I played this game so much. This is what introduced me to Crash Bandicoot, and I'll go to my grave saying what I just said. This is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Crash game. So I'm definitely going to play that now that I have it physically. Sony needs to make that available on like the PS Now when they do the retro stuff. They need to put Crash Bash on it. But that's my games for now. I'll probably get another, I mean, this is what I get for my birthday. I get games or I get Funko Pops. That's like all I get. So, which is fine. That's what I want. So for Christmas, I will probably get another haul of games so we can do another video in 6 months from now. My birthday is almost exactly, it's June 28th, so it's almost exactly halfway, right? You get Christmas and then 6 months later and then 6 months later, so on. So we'll do another video once I get more. Gotta replace Lightning Returns, gotta get another one of those, and then I got quite a big list of like 30 games that I need to start collecting before they get too expensive. Some of them are expensive. Most of the games that I want are honestly like under $12, I'd say. Some of them, there's maybe 4 or 5 that are like 50 bucks each. So those ones maybe need to take priority, but we'll see. Let me know what you think. Make sure you're subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I'll see you all on the next one.